And a Fox Business alert, Hunter Biden now awaits a sentencing date after he was found guilty on all 3 counts in his federal gun trial. That for lying about drug use while buying a gun. This is the first time the son of a sitting president has been found guilty of a federal crime. A sentencing date has yet to be scheduled, but Hunter is now facing a hefty fine of $750,000, a maximum of 25 years in prison, although he is unlikely to do any prison time. Hunter Biden saying this after the verdict: "I am more grateful today for the love and support I experienced this last week from Melissa, my family, my friends, and my community. Then I am disappointed by this outcome." President Biden is seen hugging Hunter in Delaware after the verdict. The president has defended his son for many years, saying Hunter did nothing wrong. Watch.
You don't think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were rushing disinformation at a smear campaign, like you said?
Yes. God love you, man. You're a one-horse pony. I promise you, my Justice Department will be totally on its own, making its judgments about how they should proceed.
Are you confident your son Hunter did nothing wrong?
I'm confident.
Did Hunter Biden commit a crime? Have you spoken to your son, Mr. President-elect?
Proud of my son.
And now here's what one of the jurors had to say about the verdict. Watch.
Biden was on trial, and he was just like anybody else. Nobody's above the law, no matter who you are. Politics played no part in this whatsoever.
The first son is also facing another federal trial slated for September over allegedly failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes. All of this morning, we are reacting. Krisha, your reaction?
My reaction is to be a fly on the wall when Joe Biden flew directly to Delaware. That family meeting must have been rife with a lot of important information, and I think that's exactly why they're together, because the text messages between Joe and Hunter, I could imagine, would be damning, as the evidence was in this case. But Hunter is the fall guy, and he's expressed this as much in his texts about Joe Biden, and the case in September will be the real case to watch, because all the discovery as to the taxes and where he earned his money will be particularly interesting. But overall, Hunter holds all the cards, and I expect to see him at a lot of state dinners. Joe Biden will likely, I think, have to pardon his son, because his son knows too much, despite saying that he won't.
Yeah, what do you think, Adam?
Well, I think we have now all found out what we knew all along, that yes, of course he's guilty, because he had even admitted to the crimes. In fact, I'm surprised it even went to a trial, because you go to a trial to defend yourself, but there's nothing to defend, because you already said you do it and everybody knew that you did it. So yes, we now know the obvious. As Christia points out, we are moving on to the much meatier trial, which is how'd you make your money and what actually happened? Why were all these payments made, and what did people get in return? I mean, that's the substance. But, you know, it's getting to the point where, I don't know, it's starting to feel absurd, right? I mean, all of these trials, everything is just such a mess, going after Trump, and now all those things starting to unravel. You know, the gun possession that was so obvious. We all know, right? I mean, come on. Let's just be adults.
Well,
and move on.
following the first son's guilty verdict in the case, yesterday, ironically, President Biden spoke at a gun control event in Washington. He did not mention Hunter. Watch this.
So I'll talk to the Second Amendment. There's never been a time that says you can own anything you want. Never. You couldn't own a cannon during the Civil War. No, I'm serious. Think about it. How much have you heard this phrase? The blood of liberty. Wash it, though. Give me a break.
You know, President Trump has been saying that this trial is a distraction to other bigger crimes. And, of course, we know that the House Oversight Committee last week sent criminal referrals to the DOJ against Hunter Biden and James Biden for lying to Congress. So he's talking about perjury, and yet for the last few years, we've been hearing from the Oversight Committee and the House Ways and Means Committee and the Judiciary Committee about much bigger crimes like money laundering and bribery and influence peddling. So I asked the chairman of the Oversight Committee James Comer, if this is all true and there's so much bigger crimes, then what about those referrals? Watch this.
Secret, Joe Biden's committed many crimes, and I think that you're going to see a report very soon. That report is imminent. That'll probably be an interim report that updates everyone on the crimes that Biden and his administration have committed throughout this investigation and through the years of the Obama-Biden administration.
If that's all true, where are the criminal referrals for FARA, for money laundering, for corruption, for influence peddling?
This is an investigation of Joe Biden. Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, Eric Sherwin, Devin Archer, these are all witnesses in an investigation of Joe Biden. This was always about Joe Biden. Now, we're going to do everything we can to hold Hunter Biden and all the different shady associates accountable. This is just the beginning, but the next step will be accountability for Joe Biden. I think everyone that's kept up with this investigation will be very eager to see what the next step is.
Todd Pyro, your reaction. Comer says he's going to come out with that report this week or next week. It's coming soon. But criminal referrals for perjury and not money laundering and not bribery, as we've been hearing so much?
It's a good question because obviously all of these alleged crimes have been swept under the rug for years. And the gun charge, mind you, would have been as well if not for one judge in the federal system that stepped in and put an end to it. That said, when you look at the laptop, yes, the gun charge was blown up by the laptop because it's clear the evidence is in the laptop. You know what else is sort of incriminating? A lot of the other information in that laptop shows the paper trail with regard to the tax and all of those foreign influence peddling schemes that you just mentioned.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
They're in the laptop.
We'll see about that. Now that the laptop has been used for actual evidence, we'll see about the contents of the other stories in there.